What happens when progress arrives not with a bang, but with a hiss of steam and the clatter of iron wheels? Imagine standing on the cobbled streets of Ankh-Morpork, the air thick with coal smoke and the scent of innovation, as a monstrous machine of brass and pistons chugs into view. It is ugly, it is loud, and it is terrifyingly fast. This is the dawn of the railway age in Raising Steam, the 40th and final completed novel in Terry Pratchett's legendary Discworld series. If you are looking for an audiobook that blends industrial history with high fantasy satire, this is the listen that will make you laugh, think, and perhaps look at your own commute with new eyes. Pratchett masterfully crafts a narrative that explores the disruptive power of technology, forcing listeners to question whether progress is a gift or a curse, and who exactly gets left behind when the world starts moving faster than ever before. The story centers on Dick Simnel, a young, brilliant, and somewhat naive engineer who has invented the steam locomotive. He doesn't seek fame or fortune, he simply wants to see if his machine works. But in Ankh-Morpork, invention is never just about mechanics, it's about politics, money, and power. Enter Lord Vetinari, the patrician of the city, who sees the railway not as a toy, but as a tool for stability and control. And enter Moist von Lipwig, the reformed conman turned government agent, who was tasked with making the railway happen without causing a civil war. As the tracks are laid across the diverse and often hostile landscapes of the disc, they encounter dwarves who fear the underground will be disturbed, trolls who don't understand the concept of schedules, and goblins who see opportunity in the new industry. The journey is less about the destination and more about the collision of cultures, economies, and ideologies. What makes Raising Steam such a compelling audiobook experience is its rich tapestry of voices and Pratchett's signature wit. The narration captures the distinct personalities of the cast, from the gruff pragmatism of the dwarfs to the bureaucratic elegance of Vetinari and the frantic energy of Moist. The audiobook format enhances the sensory immersion, allowing listeners to hear the rhythmic chugging of the engine, the shout of the station masters, and the quiet hum of political maneuvering in the shadows. You feel the vibration of the tracks and the tension of a society in transition. The contrast between the ancient, magical traditions of the disc and the cold, hard logic of steam power creates a dynamic atmosphere that is both humorous and poignant. Pratchett's footnotes, read with delightful irony, add layers of context and comedy that reward attentive listening. The psychological depth of the novel lies in its exploration of change and resistance. Dick Simnel represents the innocent drive of innovation, unaware of the societal upheaval he is causing. Moist von Lipwig represents the pragmatic management of change, trying to smooth over the rough edges of progress. Lord Vetinari represents the strategic use of change for the greater good. Each character offers a different perspective on how society adapts to new technologies. The dwarf struggle with their identity in the face of industrialization is particularly touching, highlighting the human cost of progress. The goblin's rise from marginalized outcasts to essential workers adds a layer of social commentary that is both timely and timeless. The pacing is steady and engaging, with Pratchett employing his signature blend of slapstick humor and philosophical inquiry. The scenes involving the construction of the railway are particularly memorable, showcasing the absurdity of bureaucracy and the resilience of workers. For fans of Good Omens, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and historical fiction, Raising Steam offers a fresh take on the Industrial Revolution. It is a story about connection, about how technology can bridge divides, even as it creates new ones. It celebrates the ingenuity of the human spirit, while warning against the hubris of thinking we can control the forces we unleash. For anyone interested in satire, fantasy, or the history of technology, Raising Steam is a must-listen. It serves as a fitting tribute to Pratchett's legacy, offering a final glimpse into the world he created with such love and wisdom. The audiobook production brings the Discworld to life, with soundscapes that evoke the clang of industry and the whisper of magic. Whether you are commuting, working, or relaxing, this book offers an escape into a world where the impossible is possible and the mundane is magical. Prepare to have your funny bone tickled and your mind expanded. Hit play on Raising Steam and discover